Okay, hi everybody. I am here to just sort of answer some more questions and sort of continue on with our Take It to the Fridge Refrigerator Wisdom little series. This one I'm calling Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, and an answer to some of your questions okay, I'm going to say it's Augie Doggy at Home. We've chatted a few times, I think, via email or in the comments, but I can't get to everybody's comments, but I'm trying to answer some of the key questions. So here's the thing. Her question is, how do you do everything? And so I'm taking this from the Don't Sweat the Small Stuff quote. I can't do everything. This is why you haven't seen a house tour, because my house there's some rooms that I just can't get to because I'm trying to edit, I'm trying to prioritize things. Somehow the rooms end up being the last on the chain. There's like quality time with the kids, cooking, maintaining the house, taking care of work, and don't forget, I'm editing and producing all of this content. So a long time ago, when Samantha was little, I had a really hard time with things not being perfect. And then I went to talk to this really brilliant counselor lady, and she said to me, she says, okay, so what would happen if you did leave the house a mess? Because we lived in this apartment at the time, and I was like, well, it'll be messy and I'll be stressed out. And she goes, well, think of it this way. You're just prioritizing what to do. It's not like you've lost control. It's that you're making a decision and choices as to how to manage your life. And I think that really helped me. The expression, don't sweat the small stuff, in some ways is not a perfect expression because, they also say God is in the details. So there are things that we have to take care of, and there is beauty in details and things being in order. So I think we need to aspire to have things be as great as they can be, but show ourselves some grace and mercy, and just not be so hard on yourself. I do have 7 kids. I'm making a choice to really get the message out of people being able to see a blended family, and people being able to sort of learn a little bit more about adoption by editing. And so I can't do everything. I just can't, and I'm okay with that now. So, however, those things will get done in time. So this is from AK Unscripted, because I asked some of you guys what your favorite refrigerator quotes were, and she and her family are in Alaska, and they've adopted, and they just started a blog, and she just really kind of hit the heart of what I feel as well. And I think a lot of people who are adopting, you sort of have to take a great risk, and anytime you're sort of entering into an area that you feel called to go to, but there's a lot of questions. So her quotes are, what would you do? What would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? I think oftentimes fear comes into play, and we're so afraid, and so we don't, reach out or don't take those steps to do what we want to do. But the thing with me, for example, with adoption, and then also with just pursuing my dreams of, being in the entertainment business, which we have been for years, was that we had to get to this point where you do have to take a risk. You have to take a leap of faith. So you try to get everything in order, and then you take a leap of faith. So my big thing was that I didn't want to look back on life and see that I had this desire to adopt, and at the point when I could adopt, I didn't, because it was a risk. And so I at least wanted to try, and if I tried and failed, then at least I knew that I had tried. So her other quote that she gives me is, great love and great achievements involve great risks. So I think that they're totally in line. The other thing we talk about a lot is hope. My favorite charity, and the charity that I sort of do some media for, and you'll see some videos on this channel every now and then with people involved in Project Hopeful. It's a charity that encourages, enables, and educates people who are interested in adopting HIV positive children and other children with special needs, and even severe special needs. So a quote came to me from that one girl, that says, hope is a waking dream. And I think oftentimes we can bring hope to people. This is why I love Project Hopeful. It's like there are a lot of people with dreams, and what is a dream? A dream is sort of that you you hold out on hope. And there are children everywhere that are waiting for a family to come. And I know that for a fact because my kids told me that they were just waiting and waiting and hoping and hoping. So, Project Hopeful is all about us bringing hope. And as individuals, if we're willing to step out and take a risk, then we can be the ones bringing the hope to people. And I've had other questions really about like bonding. Bonding and is a process. It doesn't necessarily mean that immediately you're bonded, but you have to have a commitment to your children and get to know them and be willing to really, really just dive into loving them and committing to them. So there's a lot of, it may sound like these quotes, these refrigerator wisdom quotes are all over the place, but it really ties into the fact that we have to be, I guess, focused on what it is that we're trying to aspire. For me, it's to encourage others to just extend themselves and to face their fears and to take great risk, even if that means not sweating the small stuff, and focusing on something that is significant and meaningful in your life. I do like to have the laundry done. I do like to have my house cleaned, and I think it's great for us all to aspire to that, but we need to understand that we can't accomplish everything. But what we can do is we can also face our fears and tackle it down and persevere and be victorious in that. So don't sweat the small stuff. We may be imperfect, but that we're doing the best that we can. I'm going to be putting up some more videos that have some old videos from the past that I can't even get into digital format, but that have shots of when we were adopting Matea and when we were adopting our other kids from Ethiopia. So keep an eye out, and thank you guys for subscribing to YouParent. Okay, kids, Mama needs her coffee.